I feel like I used to be built like Wendy. Used to very much give Peabody hope. So I've always wanted smaller cities. Hi you guys, it's me, Zhanae, and welcome back to my podcast, The Power Is Mine. I've prepared some talking points, you guys, because I have kind of been going through it. I've been going through it real bad, y'all. And I have other topics that I want to talk about for my podcast. I have a whole list of different things that I could talk about that I have to go down and make different episodes about. But I wanted to talk really about what I have been going through as to why I have had a hard time posting this podcast episode specifically, right? And this is episode number 8. I'm looking down because I'm looking at my talking points. We want to be more organized, right? We want to be more organized about the way that we're presenting ourselves and all that different stuff. But that's also part of why I've had such a hard time recording this podcast episode, y'all. Oh my God, I've been going through it. So let me kind of get into it, right? So the title of this podcast is Stop Sabotaging Self. I'm going to put that like across the screen or whatever. But the title of this podcast is Stop Sabotaging Self. And the reason why I phrase it that way is because I believe, or I'm starting to develop the belief that at times we have to almost, this is going to sound really weird coming out, we have to almost view ourselves as a separate entity or as a different person, because sometimes we don't exactly value ourselves in the way that we value other people. Like, if somebody needs you to do something, you might drop everything to go do something for that person. If people want you to be there for them, you're going to be there for them regardless. You're going to be kind to people. You're going to give them the right advice. You're not going to speak negatively to them. You're going to speak to them with more love and care and stuff like that. But when it comes to self, a lot of the times we aren't as kind to self. We aren't as reliable to self. We aren't as empathetic. You know, we're kind of beating ourselves up. Our self-talk is very negative, very mean. And sad to say, sometimes you have to view yourself as a separate entity, like a younger self, or like you would view your best friend, you would view your partner, you would view your sister, you would view a cousin, whatever, right? Because we might not be as caring or as loving to self as we should be. And what I've noticed, y'all, my hand's itching so bad. What I've noticed is that I have self-sabotaging tendencies in the way of, for starters, I've known this since I was a little kid. I get distracted very easily. I'm sure it's pretty apparent in like my social media or in the way things are, just kind of how I am. I'm kind of all over the place. And even with my talking, like I have to kind of bring myself back to, Pan just farted, y'all, ew. So I have to bring myself back to like the point of reference a lot, because, and TikTok might be doing it and social media might be doing it for a lot of us. I do actually believe that I have ADHD. I've been like this since I was a kid, y'all. This is not just just watched a few TikToks and that's how it happened. Let me let Pan out of his cage, y'all. Give me a second. Here you go, because you need some water. I've always been a person who can go extremely hard when it comes to workload or procrastinate to no end and then have to get it all done super quick, and a person who can't really focus on one thing, who's kind of all over the place mentally, and it comes off as like I'm a bad child, or it came off like I just didn't want to focus, but really I just had the hardest time possible focusing. So I have a really big issue with procrastination, and that's my first point right here. So now we can start crossing it out. But my procrastination, and I saw a video the other day on Instagram where a woman, I hope that I'm kind of speaking correctly with this. A woman was basically saying when you procrastinate, sometimes it's a form of self-care. Because for me, I always have like a whole lot of shit going on in my head. And sometimes something could be like the easiest thing ever. I could get it done within 10 minutes, or it could just take an hour. But for whatever reason, I cannot get myself to just get that task done. Like, I have the hardest freaking time getting that task done. And that comes across a lot of time as a self-sabotage. Because I don't think per se that I don't believe that I'm worthy of the life that I want to live. And I know that a lot of the stuff that I have to do is going to rely on me, and then it's going to rely on people supporting me. But a big part of it is I have to create a routine of doing all of these small things that lead up to the big thing that set me on the trajectory that will give me the life that I want to live. I have to work hard. I have no choice. You get what I'm saying? Like, I have no freaking choice. But I have a hard time a lot of the time with getting myself to just do the thing. And then I guess as a form of self-care, I'll be like, you know what, let me not do it right now. Let me get to it later. Let me make sure that all of the conditions are perfect so that it's done the way that I would like it to be done. But then to an extent, like I'm pushing it till the last possible second, to where now it's like, okay, you're sabotaging yourself by not doing what you need to do to set yourself on a trajectory, by showing the people that are probably watching, that are probably trying to see and make sure that you're consistent, trying to do this and trying to do that. Because I feel like my tribe is out there supporting me. I already have people supporting me. I already have people telling me that they're supporting me all the time. But the people that, why do I feel myself getting a little bit emotional? Oh my God. The people that are looking for you, that are waiting for you, that you are the perfect person for, are just waiting for you to live in your authentic self and live in your truth. Why am I getting emotional? So I think with me, sometimes I have a hard time with that, because whenever I've been on social media for a minute, y'all. I've been on social media for like 8 years, right? And what I've come to realize with people, and I've learned so many different things as ways of coping with what I was going through in like personal life, in family life, going through experiencing like bullying in school and stuff like that. And I want to do like a whole talk with Zhanae and Zhanae, or like a Power is Mine episode about bullying, because it's taken me being now 23 to really realize how much of a toll bullying took on me, and how much of a toll it has taken to the point where it still affects my adult life. And it affects the reactions I have with people in the day-to-day. It affects the reactions I have with people that I love. Like, I have a hard time because people wouldn't just leave me the fuck alone. Like, just plain and simple. Bullying took a very big toll on me. So, I had my time on social media, and the people that have followed me from a while ago know I've always been outspoken. I've always been somebody who's kind of loudmouth and a little bit raunchy and just kind of saying whatever came to my mind. But I have noticed that whenever in my life, whether it had been when I was on social media or just living just regular day to day, me being myself is never received well. It's never received well. So I have a hard time at times, sometimes being myself, because it's like it's a stress-inducing thing to just be myself, because people are very uncomfortable with me. These dogs are gassed up with nowhere to go, y'all. So hopefully it's providing a little bit comedic relief as I'm sitting here tearing up. But Lord have mercy. So I will always be myself. I will always speak my truth, no matter how uncomfortable it makes people feel. And I don't speak, and I know I don't speak from a place of ignorance, because I'm a person who's researching and studying every single day of my life. It's just who I am. And I have a yearning for knowledge. And whether it's something that my mom instilled in me or just who I am still to this day, like I'm just have a very curious mind. And I'm a person who, in a lot of different environments, I'm the sore thumb. So a lot of time being authentic to myself, no matter how much I want to do it, I'll probably be operating at like 65 or 75%, because if I'm just 100% authentic to myself, people come in droves to fuck with me. Like, oh my God, these dogs stink, bro. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get through this episode, y'all. So, literally, as a kid, I would be authentic to myself in the sense of just being super nerdy and, you know, like wordy about it. You guys see the way that I speak. Like, every now and then I'm code switching, or my accent might come out, or like I could put on an accent, but overall I'm a pretty nerdy person. So yeah, as y'all know, nerds don't really do too well in school because the people are picking on you, whether they feel like you're not cool because of it, whether they feel like they're inferior to you because you're smarter than they are, whether they just feel like, oh, you're just somebody that's just small and easy to pick on. Basically, it gets difficult at times to be who I am, because who I am is nerdy. Who I am is genuine. Who I am is wordy. Like, I talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? So people sometimes don't have the attributes that I have, and I've come to realize that is why they were bullying me. And it's like it's like trying to heal myself thing by telling myself and trying to give compassion to those people, trying to give compassion to myself for the tools that I didn't have in the past, trying to forgive those people, trying to understand that people hurt people, but it still hurts me. It still hurts me, and it still affects me to this day. So I have to work on and heal certain things because other people weren't healed and were going through their own shit. So that's what the hardest thing for me about people being bullies, and it still affects me to this day, in the sense, let me get back to my point of being a procrastinator, because sometimes it feels like with me now in my current state, and having launched my podcast, having been consistent with my YouTube, posting to my social media, and trying to take a different route opposed to just being just pretty or just flaunting my body all the time, or just kind of being raunchy and talking about sex all the time, you know, like, because I view sex differently, I view guys differently. I don't even really know if I really like guys as much as I thought I used to, you know. So of course I don't have the same things to talk about. It's an evolution with life, you know. You're not going to stay the same. If you're staying the same, God get you some help. So now in my current state, my procrastination is kind of me being afraid. I want to stop getting fucking emotional. Me being afraid of the life that I know that I want, what comes with it. Because my whole life, people been fucking with me. And I hate to come across as a victim. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. Never a victim. I refuse to give those people that power over me. But me being authentic to myself, and me standing fully in my light and fully in my truth, and showing my full intelligent self, speaking about my experiences, speaking about what I don't like, what I don't want for the people around me, what I don't want for anyone in general, brings so much hate towards me that sometimes I just want to shut the fuck up, because I'm tired. I'm tired of having to fight all the time. I'm tired of having to be strong or pretend to be strong when I don't feel strong. I'm tired. So I know that I want to live my life with purpose. I know that I want to set on a journey of helping people, of making people stronger, of convincing people you can leave abusive situations. You can stand 10 and you can save yourself. You can figure out what you need to do. Dancing don't have to be the only career path, because y'all, honestly, I can't stand dancing, and I want to find any way I fucking can to quit dancing. But my situation is too fucking expensive for me to leave dancing. Literally, like, every fucking day, I'm starting my day off in the rears of about $240, just paying for hotels and Ubers. There's almost nothing else that could sustain me even just having somewhere to safely lay my head besides dancing, because it's so fucking expensive just to live in a hotel and take Ubers, right? But I could still say that I don't like my job, And it's a place of, on to the next point, it's a place of comparison. And comparison truly is a thief of joy, because I could personally tell y'all that I really, and makes me, it hits my heart in a place, because my mom was somebody, probably one of the only people in my life, besides maybe a handful of teachers, that would tell me that it was okay for me to be myself and be weird and be smart and be different from other people. When everybody else in my family was trying to scapegoat me, was trying to make me seem like I was such a problem child, when people in school were trying to make me feel bad for being too smart, for talking too white, for not being black enough, for not being Hispanic enough, for not looking anywhere near Asian. Like, I never fit into any bracket. And I am a black woman, but my experience has always been, you're not black enough. You talk white. You're so nerdy. You're so small. You're too skinny. You're too muscular. You look like a man. Like, I never fit in. And even when I'm in groups of friends or whatever, it always seems like I'm the oddball out. I'm the one that everybody's always picking on. I'm the one that, like, nobody likes, for real. I'm just the filler for the seat. I'm just the person there that draws the attention to the group. You know, I'm the person there that is just there to be there. It doesn't ever really feel like anybody's really my friend. So, it's affected my current life. I've realized to a point where, to an extent at times, I can be a little bit more sensitive, because I'm always on high alert of people fucking with me. I'm always on high alert. And it really is a difficult place to be in, working my job, when, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I've had times in my life where I did not love myself. It was so hard to love myself because everybody surrounding me was trying to convince me to hate myself. So I did all this mental work, this spiritual work, like emotional work, trying to become emotionally intelligent, because I really just wanted to understand, like, why do people want to inflict so much pain on me? Like, what is it about me? What am I doing wrong? What is wrong with me? And I came to realize nothing is wrong with me. I'm human just like everybody else. I have my struggles. I have my setbacks, you know, like, I'm not right about every single thing, but nothing is wrong with me. And I'm learning to find perfection in all of my imperfections. But I'm coming to realize that people make you feel like shit because they feel like shit. And that's a big part of why I am the way that I am, because I'd rather make people feel good so that I could feel good. That's the most selfish thing about it that I could admit to y'all. Like, I like to put a smile on people's face. I like to make people laugh. I like to be sweet to people because I would just like that for myself. So because I don't really see it for myself, I'd rather be the change that I want to see. And my job is a constant trigger of that, because I finally hit the point of really loving myself, really accepting myself. And then I find that in this environment, people want to try to convince me that I'm not good enough. How dare you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a bad bitch. I'm that girl. If you don't like hearing the term like bad bitch or whatever, I'm that girl. Like, I'm fine as hell. I'm nice as hell. I'm funny as hell. I'm a good person. But in this environment, what is put on a pedestal is BBLs, is being light-skinned, is wearing weave sometimes, like, is being a little bit more, sorry of whoever I offend, a little bit more flabby, not being as toned as I am. I'm muscular as fuck. Like, I just posted a picture today, and when I look at the picture, I'm like, damn, I can see what people talking about when they say I look like a bodybuilder. I see it. I'm strong as fuck. It is what it is. But you have to be strong to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do what I do if you're not strong. That's why I'm starting to take that into account, and I'm starting to love myself and accept myself for it, because you have to be strong as fuck to do what I can do. And that's why I can't let nobody make me feel like shit about it no more, because bitch, if I wasn't strong, I wouldn't be able to do the shit I could do. So let's take that into account. So it's hard for me going through my situation and kind of having no choice but to consistently be in this triggering ass environment because of my financial situation. Because comparison is a big thing. Like, people, and on top of that, not even comparison, people be fronting a lot. Like, it's niggas that would be pressed about me, would chase me, would follow me in everyday, real day life. But when I'm in the club, they trying to act like they wouldn't pay no attention to me. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. You guys know I am always trying to prioritize inner beauty opposed to outer beauty. But motherfucker, like, it be some people that's really not shit to look at, and you trying to make me feel like I'm not cute? Fuck you. What the fuck? Like, I cannot believe it. So it's just a triggering environment that I find myself, like, consistently being like, what the fuck am I really doing here? Like, why am I here? This shit, and especially when I've worked on myself so much and healed myself from certain things, and it's like, it's just like constantly going back and picking the wound. And people have tried to make me feel as though I would make more money, or just I'm not doing well because I don't have no BBL, because I'm not thick, because like this and that. And it's like, it's hurtful. I can't lie. But I hate that. And it's bringing me to the next point. What is it called? Mutilation is my next point. I hate that in this environment, kind of what is prioritized, or what people will make you feel like you have to do, is kind of mutilate yourself. And I'm not fully opposed to surgery. I'll be honest with y'all. I love my body. I feel like I look amazing. I look good as fuck, especially since I really started accepting and working out and like getting real fit and fine. I think I look good as fuck, honestly. But I think I got titties when I was like 16. No, maybe a little bit earlier than that, maybe like 14, 15. Y'all, I have big ass titties. Like, I got big titties. And when you do pole, your titties start to hang a little bit. And truth be told, I've always thought about getting my titties reduced. Like, I've always thought about it. I used to talk about this when I was in fucking high school, that I wanted to get my titties reduced because they were just so fucking big. And my neck is always fucking hurting. I'm always cricking my neck. If you ever just watch me through the day, you always see me just doing this. Cricking my fucking neck. My neck always fucking hurts. I don't like wearing bras, so my shit get to fucking hanging. And at some point in time, I might have to pick them up off the ground and throw them around my fucking neck. So I've always talked about potentially getting my titties done. And on top of that, when I have a child, what am I gonna do? Just have a humongous ass titties that drop down to the ground or that sag? No. So I'm not opposed to getting surgery. But I also feel like the culture of the world right now, the culture of the strip club and different stuff like that, can a lot of times make people feel like if they do not mutilate themselves, because that's what it is, self-mutilation. You literally like putting your body through trauma. You're getting your shit cut the fuck up and snitched, and like you're mutilating yourself to feel like, okay, this is what's gonna make me more money. And truth be told, I don't want to do that. I'm not speaking against people that want to do it. At some point in time, I probably will be getting my titties done. So if people come back to this video at some point, they'll be like, you got your titties done though. Bitch, I just said I would. I said I would. I got big ass fucking titties. I've been wanting to get my shit reduced or lifted or whatever the fuck. But you know, it's just what it is. But in the environment that I'm in the culture we have today, a lot of people are potentially going to develop the mentality that if they do not go through this form of like mutilation, cutting themselves the fuck up, making themselves look botched than a motherfucker, making themselves built like a tooth, built like a fucking ant, built like a bumblebee, that you're not gonna make money, you're not gonna find love, you're not gonna get the niggas to like you. And truth be told, you should never be doing anything for the niggas to like you, for anybody else to like you but yourself, because you gotta wake up with yourself, you gotta live with yourself, you gotta walk around with yourself. And truth be told, I'm a person, I garner attention being this slim. I do, and I'm fine as fuck. So I'm already getting a lot of unwanted fucking attention all the fucking time. So truth be told, I don't want no bigger ass, because that's just like begging for attention that I don't. This dog is so fucking gassy, y'all. It's begging for attention that I don't want. I don't want niggas seeing me as some big blow up sex doll. Niggas already want to fuck me so fucking bad that they're fucking scary and following me, stalking and all type of other shit. And that's like a point of why I stopped doing like OnlyFans and different shit like that. That's why I kind of stopped posting my body a little bit, because I'm truly pretty. I'm pretty as fuck, and I know I'm pretty as fuck. And if you get offended by me calling myself pretty, then bitch, that says something about you. But I know that I'm pretty as fuck. So I don't really want to do all the extras that will make niggas pay more attention to me. Bitch, if I had a fat ass, I'm scared of how niggas would behave, because I'm already scared of how niggas behave with me being slim the way I'm fucking slim. So I don't want all that extra fucking attention. And then on top of that, there's so many health complications that could happen with it. You can die. And I've always said, like, is me having a fat ass worth me dying? No. Because I don't place value in my body. And no matter how much I'm in my situation, I don't want to do that. And I can be honest with you guys and say that being in my situation, me being in the level of desperation, me being in the level of just like wanting to get out of my situation so bad, have crazy ass thoughts cross my mind? Yes. Yes, I'm not impervious. I hope I'm using that word correctly. I'm not like impervious to, oh, it will never happen to me and bitch, I never. No, I want to make more money too. And I guarantee you, if I had a bit of a fat ass, I probably would be making a whole lot more money. But personally, I feel like my purpose in life isn't aesthetically like inclined. I don't think my purpose in life is to be somebody that's just posting up always just with my ass out, with my titties out. Now, I'm also a person that loves my body. When I first started kind of getting a little bit more comfortable in my body, and pole was a big determining factor of that, and I kind of want to do a video on my pole journey. Let me write that down so I can remember later. But yeah, when I started getting more comfortable in my body and stuff like that, I was dressing for my body. I was dressing because this is what I liked. I like that outfit. I like this and that. I never put on outfits and be like, ooh, the niggas gonna love this. I don't want attention from niggas. I hate attention from niggas, quite frankly. It's a lot of it is just perverse and centered around just wanting to fuck you and discard you. I don't want that attention. Sorry. So let me write this down before I forget my pole journey. So even being in the field that I'm in, it might sound crazy that I'm speaking like that, but no, I hate attention from men. I hate it because it's just all just grubby and just I don't really like it. And I did grow up, I feel like I talked about this in another video potentially, I don't know, but I grew up with my mom kind of making me fear men to an extent. So when I kind of started to deal with men in a sexual sense, it was kind of just like, oh, this ain't that bad, fuck it, we fucking down the place. And then I had all my experiences with guys. I kind of realized how guys can be. I'm not trying to be shady. Maybe it's gonna come around shady regardless. I see how y'all be getting treated by niggas. No thank you. It's a no thank you. I've been treated crazy by a nigga or niggas or whatever. And I watch how y'all get treated by niggas. Y'all accept from niggas just to say you have a man, just to feel like you're winning the competition of, well, at least I got a man, at least I can keep a man. I'm the wife, I'm the girlfriend. Sorry, no thanks. You know? So in that sense, I feel like it's such a triggering environment because I love my fucking self so much that I don't want to have to mutilate myself. And I feel like to go through because that's what it is, mutilation. You chopping yourself to fuck up. I don't want to have to go through that just to make more money. But sad to say, that is what it is. And that is a form of self-sabotage to me, because then later on, you facing health conditions, you could die, you built bad now. You was built good, or if you think, I don't know, you thought you was built good back in the day, now you built bad. I done seen some people with BBLs, whatever, that got ass shots, whatever, and they shit sagging off of them like a diaper. But I'm gonna move on from that, because a lot of time when I speak, people feel like I'm just attacking them opposed to just talking. Like, it just be very hit dog holler. So we're gonna move on from all the BBL culture and all that shit like that. So my next point about like stop sabotaging self is originality. And when it comes to comparison being the thief of joy and trying to prioritize originality, I realize in that environment, originality sometimes is not rewarded. Sometimes it's shit on. Sometimes it's frustrating. And even in day-to-day life, capitalism will make you feel like, oh, I have to do this in order to make money because what I'm doing isn't going to work. But sometimes being original will pay off in the long term, but in the short term, it doesn't really feel like it does. And that's a very frustrating, very triggering experience. And what I can say is, me trying to be nicer to self, I have found myself comparing myself to other people because I'm in such a low, kind of desperate type, altered mindset right now, and that's not good for myself. That's sabotaging towards self. That's making self feel like she don't feel good because I'm not valuing my originality as much, and I'm feeling like sometimes will I have to be forced into behaving how everybody else is behaving just so I can get myself out of my situation. And it's very sad, and it's very traumatizing. And I feel like no matter what, you should stay true to yourself. Any advice that I give people is always stay true to your freaking self. But is it easy? Hell no. It's not easy to stay true to yourself at all. But I want to hope for the best that it pays off in the long run. I really do. So another point about stop sabotaging self that I wanted to hit on is basically, even when it comes to me and kind of procrastinating and stuff like that, a lot of it is rooted in me striving for perfection opposed to striving for progress. And I've become a firm believer lately in you strive for progress, never perfection, because perfection does not exist. And perfection is literally the most anxiety-inducing fucking thing that you could possibly do for yourself. You need to be striving to make progress, to get 1% better every single day. Because literally, me trying to be perfect all the fucking time is keeping me from actually doing stuff, because I'm like, no, it needs to be the perfect conditions. It isn't the right conditions. It isn't the whole time I'm just putting it off and making more anxiety, because when will it ever be the perfect conditions? That's why for me, even doing YouTube and stuff like that, even putting out my podcast, even hell, putting out some of my producer tracks, my nose is just itchy as shit, y'all. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I had to tell myself, fuck being perfect. I'm just gonna put it out. Fuck it. And if somebody has some shit to say about it, fuck it. Because it just is what it is. And I miss the old me in a sense, to where I was a little bit more argumentative, where I was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you think about what the fuck I got going on. But it still was affecting me in a sense, like, damn, everybody's fucking attacking me. And I'm tired of people attacking me. I'm tired of having to argue. Bitch, don't want to argue all fucking day. Like, nobody tired. Y'all don't get tired of being miserable and just fucking arguing all the fucking time. So sometimes I'll just kind of hold back a little bit, because I don't feel like arguing with people, because they just feel whatever ways about what the fuck I got to fucking say. Bitch, block, delete, mute is one click away. You sitting here want to argue with me, bitch. For what? So I've had to learn at times the way to break through my brain fog is to literally just release perfectionism. Just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna put it out anyway. I don't give a fuck about what y'all got to say. This is how I view the world. This is what I want to do. And as long as I know my intention, and I know that it wasn't put out with malice, or wasn't put out with like a negative intention, I wasn't trying to be ignorant with it, then I'm just gonna say fuck it, I'm gonna put out what the fuck I gotta put out, because y'all get offended by any fucking thing that I do. I will always reference this back. I have made a tweet about milk before and got cussed the fuck out by hella people over milk. Like, I wish I would have had a screenshot about it, and y'all could see just how fucking ridiculous people are. So you really just got to do shit because you just want to do it, and just whatever. Because people will try to find problems in anything just because they're haters and they're miserable. So another point that I wanted to do with that, right, is basically, a lot of the time, now when I say put stuff out, no matter if it's perfect or not, I don't mean just put out any old raggedy bullshit. But sometimes you'll put things out and you feel like, oh, it's not adding up. It might not be what I want it to be, blah, 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 blah. But a big thing that I have on here, the dots don't connect until you look back. And I've noticed that a lot. I would sometimes feel like, is what I'm doing worth it? Is it going to make sense? Is it going to turn out the way that I want it to turn out? And guess what? When I look back at all the progress I've made from where I've started, from where I've came and stuff like that, guess what? The dots connect. And let me see, like 40-year-old me will probably look back at 23-year-old me and be like, bitch, I'm glad that you did these few little steps. I don't want to get emotional, y'all. I'm glad that you did these few little steps because now I can appreciate the life that I have, because 23-year-old me did what she needed to do, even though she had to fight against people, family, supposed friends, her workplace, and herself. So 43-year-old me hopefully will appreciate all of the things that 23-year-old me is trying to do, and that's what matters. The people that I'm trying to inspire, that I'm trying to encourage, that I want to persevere through their situation. And you don't have to become a stripper to persevere through your situation. It's just what happened with me. But y'all, these dog farts smell like fucking egg salad. It's gross. That's where I would want that appreciation from. And as long as I know my intention, as long as I know what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to do, how I'm trying to like put something good out into the world, that's all that matters. So I need to really stop holding myself back in that sense, because being perfect is not even everything that's cracked up to be. People that are supposedly perfect that I know are miserable as fuck because they want to be out and about and just being themselves and speaking when they want to speak and not pretending that they have it all figured out. And that's why they might hate somebody like me, because I'm not gonna pretend, bitch, fuck you. I don't have my life figured out and I'm trying every day, and it'll be what the fuck it is. I got this fucking burn mark on my arm from a heater, y'all, and I really want to put a tattoo here now because I like the way it looks. But the dots don't connect till you look back on it, y'all, so don't beat yourself up. At some point in time, future you is going to really appreciate present or past you for the small things that you did. So believe in yourself, right? And also another point that I had, don't become paralyzed by the small details. A big frustration that I have with myself, that I find myself doing, is that because I used to get bullied so relentlessly, I will pick myself apart before people get the chance to pick me apart, so that I could try to feel like I'm as close to perfect as possible, so that they won't be able to talk shit. And people that want to talk shit are going to talk shit regardless. They're going to find something to talk shit about. Like, they will find something. So there is no way possible that you will always be 100% perfect. There's no way possible that you will be like, you'll just completely give people nothing to talk shit about. I feel like Beyonce is not a perfect being. Beyonce is not God. Beyonce is amazing. But Beyonce still gets talked shit about. Like, people still talk fucking shit about Beyonce. And I think she does a really good fucking job. I think she puts a lot of work into her craft, her team, because sometimes it's not just the artist, sometimes it's the people behind the scenes. You don't know who's really putting shit together. And I've seen her say that she wouldn't be who she is if she didn't have the team that she has. And people still talk shit about Beyonce. People still say that she's overrated. So that's very lame and ridiculous. Like, you'll never be perfect. And I think you should just strive towards progress, being better than who you used to be. And a lot of the time I used to be in competition with myself, but I found me being in my lower state of mind recently and just kind of going through shit in life and all that, I have been a little bit in competition with other people, and I really hate that. I feel like the only way I should be in competition with other people is when I start running track. And we're literally on the track running against each other. But in an environment like the club, odd enough to say, I feel like we should be kumbaya. And maybe that's me being stupid. I feel like we should be kumbaya. I don't feel like the shit should be happening that be happening. Because bitches done all have been trying to blatantly take my money away from me. Like, doing too fucking much since I got back dancing. And I really hate it. It's very just annoying. Like, it's very lame. So I just hate the environment a lot of the time. But I'll find myself trying to go back over and nitpick all these little details, like, oh, should I take this emoji out of my bio? Should I rewrite this caption? Should I do, just to try to be as perfect as possible, and then keep myself away from the project I need to be working on because I'm trying to work on all these small details. So don't get paralyzed by all the small details, y'all. Let me see what else. Okay, so being open-minded, right? Another way to not sabotage self is being open-minded to the experience. Like, if you fuck up, okay. Like, it's okay. You fucked up. Okay, you'll be all right. If people talk about you, okay, you'll be all right. It don't kill you. The only way somebody talking about you could kill you is if you kill your fucking self. Don't do it. I done had so many instances where people just pissed me the fuck off, made me so fucking sad, made me so fucking depressed, and guess what? I'm still here, still kicking, because I'm just not gonna give them that power. Fuck them. I'm not gonna give them that power. So at the end of the day, be open-minded, but be closed-eared to bullshit. Y'all heard what I just said? Let me say it again. Be open-minded, but be closed-eared to bullshit. And why I'm really gonna talk about that is because I have been told by a few people recently that I might want to consider getting a BBL. And I don't personally want to do it. If I were to want to do it, anything in my life, it has to be because I really want to do it. So that's why I tell y'all, when it comes to like surgeries with me, if I was to get something done, I would get my titties done, and that would be what it would be. I don't really care to have a big old ass. I don't feel like it matters. I feel like I like my shape now, but I would pick my titties up. And that's not nothing that me saying somebody could make me more insecure about. It's just me having known that I've wanted to reduce my titties. I wanted to pick them up since I was younger, because I just got big titties for such a small frame. I feel like I used to be built like Wendy. Used to very much give Peabody hoe. So I've always wanted smaller titties. But personally, if I was to get a BBL, it would be more so because I had a child and it just kind of messed my body up. But then even DC Young Fly's child's mother just passed away from all the whatever she was getting done. So I just feel like it's so risky. It's so risky. And because I've fallen in love with the gym, I feel like I would try my hardest to be in the gym until I just couldn't try no more. And then I would have to find the best of the best doctor, do so much fucking research and stuff like that. But that's just not a priority for me. But being in the environment that I'm in, where people can only kind of really meet you as far as they've met themselves. And if somebody feels like getting a BBL was going to make them more money, that's the advice they're going to give to you. So I don't really knock them for it, but I don't personally really want no BBL. Like, I don't want to do that to my body. I don't really care to. No thanks. So that's what I mean when I say be closed ear to the bullshit. Like, I just don't really want it. Now the next point. Loving self enough to do what you don't feel like doing at the moment. So a big part of what I feel like my progress has been, and I also have another point where it says, be proud of progress you made while still working. I can be proud of the progress that I've made, and I can I've learned that I love myself enough to do sometimes what I don't feel like doing. And I'm not talking in the sense of anybody forcing me to do anything. I'm talking in the sense of me having to pick myself up beyond the procrastination, beyond just like, oh, I don't really feel like recording right now. I don't really feel like putting together and editing my vlog right now. I don't really feel like getting up and doing that for content. No. Sometimes you have to do what you don't feel like doing, because that's what's going to put you on the trajectory that you need to be on in life. So you have to like fight. So for me, outside of just kind of going through whatever like little bullshit experiences in the club and stuff like that, I'm having to fight myself constantly to try to be consistent and try to build the life that I want for myself while I'm going through shit. Because I feel like a big part, I could have been like really blew up on social media with different shit, but I personally, I've had different points in time where I wasn't exactly super proud of what the content I was putting out, what I was doing. So I wasn't trying to keep with that trajectory. I'm not trying to become no big porn star. I'm not trying to become America's Next Top Stripper. I don't want to hold that title or that ranking. That's never been a thing that I want. It's just happened to be something I'm doing as a job, and it just is what the fuck it is. But I'm not trying to keep holding that. Like, I don't want to be the highest ranking. Like, at one point I was on like the top 3% or 5% on the OnlyFans website, and I let that go. Just like at one point in the club, a group got created with me being there. I let that go. I chose to walk away. And I'm a person, if I feel like it's not good for my mental health, I'm gonna walk the fuck away. I don't give a fuck what is at stake. I'm walking away. I'm gonna prioritize here, because this is all I fucking got. It's not my body. It's not my facial looks. This is all I fucking got, to me. Because I don't place my value in my body being built this way. I don't place my value in my face being built this way. Now, do I think I'm pretty as fuck? Yes. Do I think my body is banging? Yes. But I place my value up here. So if this is getting fucked, I'm gonna walk the fuck away. So I've walked away from different situations to where people be like, why the fuck would you leave? Like, I done got cursed the fuck out by girls I was dancing with, talk about, bitch, why the fuck would you leave dancing today? You was making all that money. Because here wasn't okay. Why the fuck would you stop doing OnlyFans? You was making all that money? Because here wasn't okay. Why the fuck would you run away from your daddy's house and go live in your car instead? Because here wasn't okay. If here is not okay, I could give a fuck what level of supposed comfort, perceived comfort, or money there is. I'm walking the fuck away. And that's just me. Call me stupid. That's your opinion. This dog is so fucking gassy right now. Poor baby. And just stinking up the room. So be proud of the progress that you've made while still working, and love yourself enough to do things that you don't feel like doing in the moment, and believe in your journey. I believe in myself so much that I'm willing to walk away from shit that a lot of money is at stake. Because I believe in myself. I believe that I'm gonna make some shit shake. Something's gonna shake. And that also goes into have faith in God. Now, has my faith in God at times wavered? Yes. Because sometimes I ask myself, why am I going through so much? Why do people fucking hate me? Why are people so fucking mean to me? So adamant about picking on me? You know? But I believe all these things happen because God wants me to be stronger. And I need to be stronger for God knows who. I don't know who the fuck is watching my journey or who's gonna stumble across it, and they need to hear what I say, and they need to see me crying on camera, or they need to see me talking about, I don't like this, or I don't like that, or I won't do this, I won't do that, or you shouldn't let this happen to you, you shouldn't let that happen to you. But I have to believe, that's what keeps me going. I have to believe that God has a bigger purpose for my life than me just going through all this suffering and shit for no reason. I have to believe it. I got no choice. And I still have faith in God, but I do have those low, dark moments. And I feel like that's when the devil creeps in, when you're at your lowest, and you're at your saddest, and you're at your most defeated, you're at your most desperate. And I've had some thoughts that are insane. When I look back on it, I'm like, the fact that I even thought that shit is insane. That was nothing but the fucking devil for me to think that shit. But God's got a hold of me. And I got an angel above me, mommy, is looking out for me. My ancestors don't play about me, because I'm the one. I'm that one. Yeah. So no matter how defeated I feel sometimes, no matter how I feel like, God, where are you? Like, what is going on? Why am I going through this? But oddly enough, God will push me to that brink right before he know I'm about to snap and do some shit I ain't got no business. And that's when he'll be like, okay, here goes. I'll be like, see, God, so you can't even be mad at me when I get trying to chump you off and be mad at you. Because why would you take it so far before you just help me out? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But that's me having my own relationship with God. So I feel like he knows I don't really like mean it. I don't know. I got to talk to him. I might have to go apologize, because I was mad at him the other day. I was mad. But the last point on my sheet is faith without works is dead. And that also ties back into the last bit of stop sabotaging self, because We can hope and pray for all of this. We can say, God, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. We can say, manifest, manifest, manifest. Let me light this candle. Let me burn this sage. Let me write in this journal. But if you're not putting the work forth, you are sabotaging yourself. If you are not putting the work forth, none of that faith means anything to me personally. Personally, put the work forth. Don't sabotage yourself by not putting in the work to be where you want to be. Don't just say, oh, one day I'm going to do this and that, and then you just go sit your ass down and eat potato chips on the couch. No. Put the work forth. Believe in yourself. Fight for yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is your journey. Love on yourself. Be positive to yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat a little kid. Would you be cussing out a little kid? I don't know if you were an evil bitch. But you would not be cussing out a little kid if you're a decent person. So talk to yourself like you would talk to a little kid. Baby, I love you. It's okay. You'll be all right. Figure it out. It's okay. Don't be sitting talking crazy to yourself. Don't do that. So on that note, y'all, I've crossed out all my points on my sheet. That was this episode. I wonder if y'all could hear them farts and stuff. That was this episode of The Power Is Mine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for everybody supporting me. Thank you so much for anyone that leaves positive comments, that likes, that shares. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I even appreciate the people that sharing because they hating and they talking shit about me. It's whatever. I love y'all still. Peace and love. I hope all the kindness to you. I hope you grow from whatever you have going on with yourself that makes you hate me, because it's not about me. I'm not your enemy. I love you. Bye, you guys. That's this. This has been episode 8 of The Power Is Mine. See you guys later.